Okay, this is the next video that follows the video about NOPH. This is about after being in the hospital for several weeks, NOPH hospital in Toledo, which is Northwest Ohio Psychiatric Hospital. Uh, what happened is they one day told me I was going to get a roommate and that they're going to bring me over some clothing. I then later that day found some clothing in the drawers on my side of the room. I thought they were clothing given to me. I then went to change into that clothing. Then they told me that was my roommate's clothing. And they wrote me up as being confused and incompetent. And then the roommate was transferred to a different room. So it appears that they put me in with a roommate just for a couple hours just so that they could write out that I was incompetent and confused about my clothing and couldn't understand supposedly whose clothing it was in the room. Well, the roommate I had for theoretically one day, but he didn't sleep in the room. He was only in there for maybe 10 minutes just to walk in the room and greet me after I tried on the clothing. He told me, "Oh, he said that's my clothing, not the clothing that was given to you." I apologized, immediately changed into my original attire. Uh, and then also at the hospital about my competency at NOPH, they were chattering about, the staff were saying something about the water having a virus in it to cause itching. I didn't understand what that meant. I thought the drinking water and the bottled water had medicine in it, and I was trying to stay away from that. So I was trying to drink my water from the sink in the bathroom, and then they were apparently claiming I was incompetent because I wasn't drinking out of glasses. I was drinking out of the sink in the bathroom quite often to get my water. Uh, didn't like to initially trust their drinking water in their spring water containers that they give out during breaks. So they're trying to make me look incompetent at NOPH. I'm not incompetent. In fact, I'm very competent, but the hospital made me look incompetent so that I would lose my rights and lose my liberties so that I have no ability to have any capacity to sue anybody or have any real rights anymore. And they've been taken from me and I've been put on a guardianship against my will. But anyway, so I was at NOPH hospital for a number of weeks. After a while, I got aggressive, like I said earlier in the other video, and I then grabbed a name tag of a nurse, and they put me in the unit, like I said a little bit ago, this video, the video segment, and then I got moved back to A400 unit, and then I was there, and then on around the end of uh, the month of August, just around the first day of September, I thought that I needed to fast because the person that they sent in to pretend to be my wife told me that she wanted me to gain some weight, put some meat in my bones, and gain a few pounds. I thought this was coded for meaning I needed to fast. I looked at some of the letters I got. Some of them were probably from my wife, and at least one of them may have been from somebody else. I'm not sure how many of them were from people trying to confuse me with falsified ideas, but it said numbers on it that were like a code. I thought that code meant fast for freedom fast, so I then started fasting the next day, and I refused to eat for about 2 days, 3 days or so, and then then I was aggressive, and then I started fasting again uh, for this time for about 11 or 12 days for my freedom because I demanded an attorney, and the hospital would not allow me to have an attorney. Uh, so, except for the early part of the visit when I um, understood with the prayer of Lord Jesus, my prophecy, Lord Jesus, in that early trial I was supposed to explain that I was working for Lord Jesus as my employer, and they determined I was incompetent, needed medicine because I mentioned I was employed with Lord Jesus Christ. And they censored out a lot of my testimony in that first week I was in the hospital with an attorney. Well, later on in the visit, I demanded an attorney, and they refused to grant me one, so I fasted. I fasted for a total of about 2 weeks. And then my father came in, and he wanted me to take my medicine and cooperate and not have a bad attitude. So I immediately took my medicine and started eating again. After about 2.5 weeks, I was discharged from NOPH hospital, and I was sent to a Brookside group home where I resided for about 3 or 4 weeks. I made some visits to my wife, Melanie, and then I was there, and some um, pretty much uneventful except for this one man named Mike that gave me some problems. He had me eat medicine off the floor. They dropped it on the floor. He demanded I pick it off the floor and eat it, which I did. He's been since terminated. They told me today at the Century Health Mental Health Clinic today. I went there on November 30th, 2011, and they told me I met the administrator today, and they told me that Mike has been let go of, cut for whatever reason. They won't specify the reason, but he's been terminated. So I'm glad that he got discharged from his job. So anyway, so I was at Brookside back in around October of 2010 for about a month, a little under a month. That my wife had dropped off some money for me to have. It was about $150. I spent $50 of it paying a credit card, HSBC. I paid $70 of it for some poster board to go protest downtown by the courthouse. And the rest of the money was used on food and other incidental expenses, and probably about $5 in lottery tickets. I bought 0 cigarettes because I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol, but my peers, so to speak, in the mental health service, pretty much most of them would smoke tobacco products, but I don't smoke, I refuse. But I just spent a few dollars on lottery tickets, about $5 total over that month's time. That's all I did. I didn't win any money, but I just played the lottery and had a little fun with the lottery. And then I got out of Brookside, moved back in with my wife. My mother, I found, turns out, had made up lies to my wife Melanie about supposedly me wanting to leave my wife, which was a lie. My mother told me that I wanted to live with my father and did not want to have anything to do with my wife. That was a lie. My mother tried to get my wife to divorce me and apparently tried to encourage and entice my wife Melanie to divorce me, but my wife refused. So my mother's been doing nothing but causing me problems in my marriage. So I told the staff at Brookside when I was there in October 2010 that I thought my mother was trying to destroy me, that she was trying to injure me, that I thought she sounded concordic, and so forth, and I was scared of my mother and so forth. And so they wrote down the documentation at the group home that I was delusional and paranoid and confused and probably a bunch of other stuff, so that they could document that I'm supposedly schizophrenic and schizoaffective and presumably bipolar and having these supposed ailments that I don't believe I have. I believe that these people have misled me through the mental health system, and that they've lied to me and lied to my wife, and my mother lied to my wife, and my mother has lied to me as well. So what I'm trying to do now, since I got out of that Brookside into October 2010, is get off this guardianship. And they have me in this guardianship so that I can't sue anybody. I want to sue the hospital and the rapist, David Bellion, for his crime against me, but I'm having a hard time doing that in this guardianship. I'm wanting to get my rights restored, get my liberties restored, so I can go after in court the person that attacked me. David Bellion attacked me in the hospital. But right now I'm in a guardianship, and I'm accusing that David Bellion put me in a guardianship, so I have a more difficult time suing him and getting justice against him from him injuring me. So anyway, I'm wanting my rights to be restored, and eventually I want to get a job working for the United States government under President Barack Obama and Department of Peace. And then Century Health is writing up that I'm delusional, and it's grand delusions because I want to have a government job working for President Barack Obama. The Century Health is claiming that I'm delusional because I want to have that job. I don't have the proper background, supposedly, and whatnot. I claim that Lord Jesus put that prophecy in the Bible code for me to see it, for me to be confused, for me to go in the hospital, for me to be injured, and then me have a case against the federal government and Barack Obama for injuring me, so that I can then go to court and then be able to win the job that I believe is prophesied and promised to me by Lord Jesus Christ, which is a job working in government to help correct problems of the budget, correct government problems in policy, and do other good deeds for the American people, and helping stabilize our economy and helping ease tensions with other nations. So Century Health is nothing but detrimental to my political efforts, and they're selling me services I don't want, which is psychiatric services with a doctor. They're claiming I'm incompetent. They're claiming I need to have medicine. I have a court order to take medicine by Judge Davis. Judge Ellen Davis says that I'm court ordered to take medicine, and I have to have a guardian. I've written them some letters explaining that I'm basically in a political um, uh, hot seat or situation, and he won't even, during my own trial back in May of 2011, Judge Alan Davis would not let me even speak at my own trial. He would not even let me show up in the room with the trial going on. He only let my father speak and move the guardianship away from my mother over to a neutral, supposedly third party, Jeffrey Ford. So, Jeffrey Ford's an attorney that's in charge of my guardianship. So what I'm going to do is get off this guardianship soon. I'm planning right now to try to get some creditor situations cleaned up over the next month or two, and then start challenging the guardianship quite vigorously. Because I'm claiming that I'm not mentally ill, that I'm just in trouble politically for emailing the Israeli Prime Minister, and that my mother is trying to defuse me politically, and that President Barack Obama and Homeland Security are working together right now to cause me problems based on what I've observed and based on the Bible Code prophecy. So my wishes right now is to have the people know my story, and for me to speak up, be audible, and let the people of the United States and the world know what's going on with me. And that way, when I get to go to trial, whenever that might be, whether it be for competency or whether I'm on trial for treason and sedition, whatever it might be, that these videos hopefully will be on the web. That could be part of my testimony and part of my case as well. So this testimony I'm giving in these segments, I'm going to make these public domain. You're welcome to edit these, repost these, do whatever you want with these videos. It's my wishes that my story be known to all the people of the United States, and anyone in the world that wants to know about my story can do so. I don't like secrecy. I like things to be on the open. And I want to be truthful with all people, even if they're not ready for the truth. And this is my way of explaining my case and my story for all the people that want to hear it. Thank you for letting me share. God bless you.